traveled to UK in 1992. That coincided with the World Leaders Conference at the Rio de Janeiro in Brazil on environment and sustainable development. I visited a forest called Seven Oak Forest in Wiltshire near Swindon in Marlborough. I said to myself, I need to replicate that forest, how they manage it. It was a very good environment. I said to myself, now I have to go back home to replicate this kind of system. So when I came back in the Gambia in 1997, I joined forces with the local community. We organized a first ever national conference on the environment at community level. We invited stakeholders across the country, various government institutions, and we came up with our own agenda called Agenda 21. We presented this to the local community to encourage the local community landowners to establish community forestry scheme. We were in partnership with the German forestry project. We also do engage in agroforestry and women vegetable gardening. When you come back to the environmental side, the ecotourism, we organize bird watching activities with young people. We train a lot of people. Nowadays, some people are working at major institutions after being trained. So some of them are getting a lot from bird watching activities and tourist guiding, community health scheme as well. It's very broad. Now we are very much pleased because we are now concentrating on policies, national as well as international policies. More and more young people are already being trained, so the young people are now engaged in total activities on the shore. So we help them, we monitor them, we help them in everything, and then they invite us in their total activities, their coastal and marine management activities. So normally we do total programs every year in August. We do beach cleaning, as I said, and then coconut tree planting exercise as well. And in fact, in the middle of this month, we are going to do coconut planting in partnership with Falcon Club at the Gunjur Kuba Beach. So we already started. We've done lots of coconut trees. It's beautiful. So we also protect our coastal and marine resources from sand mining, illegal sand mining, even street sand mining. We condemn all those. We sensitize people from street sand mining and so on. Since the beginning, we went into loggerhead with the local community because they felt that we are land grabbers and our concept was not well understood at the time.
There are a number of people who they even just have to be intrude into our reserve, cutting trees and illegally without even to our notice. And we also feel people doing sand mining on the streets, which cause a lot of erosions in the end during the rainy season. So you see, these are a lot of challenges on environment which people don't even, I don't know whether they know it or they don't want to know it, but we are facing those challenges. In our community, most of the people depend on charcoal or firewood. So we cut trees without replacing them with firewood. So we're thinking of finding another solution to those problems. So these are some of the things that we are working hard in Glove as management to see how best we can try to involve communities into whatever we are doing, because even we show them sense of ownership too, because even the area that we are protecting, Bolomfenyo, there are community living around there for so many years, and we have to show them sense of ownership to understand whatever we are doing for them, and that place belongs to them, to make sure that the place is protected, and whoever will come from outside and try to intrude, they will try to stop it. We are implementing on the grassroots to make sure that we sensitize people at the grassroots level. But implementation of those laws that will protect people intruding in cutting down trees without replacing them, and I think government should come in on board to help. And the government must make sure that we have strong laws that will protect the environment. Because if the environments are not protected, in the near future, we're going to have problems. And we are here today. Our kids that are coming tomorrow, we need to protect them. We need to make sure that we have a sustainable plans for them, which they also live on, and they will live better than us. But if we damage everything with government involvement, and government can only help because there's a law here. Even we are given some power to act sometimes, but the main law constitution is there, which government need to come on board to help, to guide, and also support the local NGOs to implement certain things in order to make sure that there is sustainable land management here in the Gambia.
As a result, we were able to register 5 community forests, and we are able to register the first community wildlife reserve in the Gambia. That is what we call Bolofino Community Wildlife Reserve. As the first community wildlife reserve, in partnership with the State Department of Parks and Wildlife Department and with the World Bank. And the World Bank was a principal funding agency, WWF, a counterpart funding agency. The funding came from the GEF Global Environment Facility through World Bank. Ours was a medium-sized project, so we call it Integrated Coastal and Marine Diversity, covering 3 key areas: Baoboleng Wetland Complex and Tambi Wetland Complex, that is overlooking Banjul.
The first project that we had was ICAM project, and this project we had a funding from GEF to protect this area. We have Commonwealth ICCA, which is we are also the focal point, and we had a conference sponsored by World Bank, and which was attended by a lot of people from different parts of Africa, such as Ghana, Nigeria, and through this Commonwealth sponsorship. And we had that workshop, which we tried to exchange ideas regarding conservation and environmental protection. So basically, we have a partnership with all these, a lot of these, but these are the main ones that I have mentioned. We have a constant partnership with.
Ours is a community wildlife reserve, that is the Bolofino. So Bolofino is now gazetted. It's a community wildlife reserve. People are still working there. It's rich in biodiversity. And then it's very good in ecotourism services, and so on. So a lot of people are benefiting directly and indirectly.
And we have a lot of people that have been employed, and they were working with us, hand in glove, to make sure that the place is protected since 1992 up to date.
As a result of constant community sensitization through workshops, meetings, and the community realized that what we are trying to tell them is this is something true. They joined forces with us to support us. They now realize what we are doing is beneficial. The community, we are well supportive. So when we organize village general cleansing exercises, beach sweeping, annual tree planting exercises, the community come in their large numbers. Want the PRCM to help us in capacity building, capacity strengthening, and we want them to enhance exchange of experience, to train the young ones so that the young ones could grow with a sense of environment protection. Because we have been experiencing a lot of financial constraints to bring about more and more projects. This is what we need PRCM to do more on our cost. And also we want them to involve in decision making. There are a lot of irregularities on our beaches, like these illegal sand mining activities, improper fishing practices, unsustainable use of natural resources. So we want the PRCM to be very much strong. Let me use that word, to attack our government to do more. Otherwise, we are going to lose everything, because most of the coastal species has already become extinct, and some are already being endangered. We'll bring their attention to that, so that they could regard those species, endangered species, as a regional endangered species rather than national endangered species. So we want also the best practice to learn from the Mauritanian concept. And then this closed season, that is 6 months closed season, is working well with us here. And we want also that to be very much strengthened, very much active. So we want the PRCM to do more in terms of policies and then capacity building, particularly at community level.
Whatever is discussed, moreover, environmental issues, climate change issues need to be put and implemented. Whatever laws they're going to make or recommendation they're going to make at this conference need to be implemented. It's not a matter of putting heads together, coming just for flight over there, eat very good food. No, there are environmental issues which are important regarding, conservation issues, environmental challenges that are going to be identified, and we make sure that there is a fund available to make sure that these things are implemented. So I would recommend that if whoever represents us to that meeting should make sure that these things are put across and we make sure it's implemented too.
The forthcoming PRCM meeting, which is to be held in Guinea-Bissau by the end of the month, at the end of the meeting, probably the CSOs will not hear from each other anymore until another meeting. So we want to break that relationship. Yes, there has to be information sharing, regular communication between CSO stakeholders, and so on. We are a strong partner, and so we thank them for inviting us to attend the forthcoming PRCM meeting to be held in Guinea-Bissau. So we thank them for it, and we are looking forward to meeting them in Bissau, so that we could share experiences, learn from each other for best practices as usual. So we thank them very much.